think more than just startups, it's about diverse startups. So finding startups that are led by women, that are led by non-traditional backgrounds. So if that's Eastern European founders or founders from Africa, from LATAM. For us, our mission is to diversify the space and to bring more interesting projects to the space with interesting founders. We are trying more and more to try and tap into that ecosystem. There's amazing cyber tech. We have a couple cyber tech gaming companies that are very good product. I think Ukrainians are amazing at developing product.
Created back what I think the trends next. Just a fintech startup on VC side. All of my days every time around that I wanna fight. I wanna know all around fintech which I go. You can find your answers here.
Very good.
Hi, Catie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I was very pleasant that was invited to hear and see, and I want to know more what you're doing for the ecosystem of startups, what the kind of activities you have around that ecosystem, and what you do it in London.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm the founder of Babs Labs. My partner, Nastya, is also founder, fellow Ukrainian, but she at the moment is in Kyiv, so couldn't be here. We do all sorts of work in strategy, marketing, and communications for emerging tech companies, which for the most part, 99% of them are startups. We work with a lot of accelerators, especially here in London. Outlier Ventures is one of them. I'm a mentor for them, helping startups kind of understand how to get to market. So what we find a lot in the startup ecosystem is that they will get funding, and then they need a lot of help of understanding how to connect their product market fit and develop a strategy to get users quickly and to find a good return of investment for their investors. So we support them in mentoring, coming up with different strategies, and then also helping with the execution.
How you get it in this ecosystem? Why you choose ecosystem of startups, Web3 startups?
So I've been in tech for 20 years, and right before the pandemic, I was asked to do a project in blockchain. It was something very, very fascinating to me. It's a very fast-moving environment, constantly changing, and therefore I've never looked back. But the startup world needs a lot of people that are willing to support. Startup founders can feel very alone sometimes, and so having people that are maybe more senior, that have like strategy background, that can support them, is an important component to making sure tech gets advanced.
What is the personal mission around startups?
Good question. I think more than just startups, it's about diverse startups. So finding startups that are led by women, that are led by non-traditional backgrounds. So if that's Eastern European founders or founders from Africa, from LATAM. For us, our mission is to diversify the space and to bring more interesting projects to the space with interesting founders.
Can you give like short your feedback around your co-founder from Ukrainian?
Sure.
What's the kind of thing she has, and do you have identification of Ukrainians which you work with?
Yes, so our entire design team is Ukrainian. They live in Lviv, 20 of them. They've all stayed there during the war, which is very, very impressive. They've never stopped working. And Nastya, what can I say about Nastya? Ukrainians are probably some of the hardest working, most honest, most direct people that you will meet. So having someone like my co-founder, who's basically a sister to me, and someone that supports you, but also will tell you the truth when you need to hear the truth.
Oh, cool. Do you have in your agency and ecosystem some Ukrainian startups which came to you and you helped them? And what's the kind of startups you have?
So we have a couple. We're trying more and more to try and tap into that ecosystem. There's amazing cyber tech. We have a couple cyber tech gaming companies that are very good product. I think Ukrainians are amazing at developing product. They're very detail oriented. So when you see products that are developed through Ukrainian startups, they have very small holes to fix. But marketing is always needed because the creative side sometimes is the issue.
Oh, and what kind of industries for your personal vision can be mainstream for next year, 2 years? What the kind of trend can be?
Okay, yeah, I think a big thing, I think cyber security is going to be really big, especially in Web3, because in order for emerging tech to advance, people need to know in DeFi and anything that revolves around transfer of money or assets, they need to know that those assets are secure. I also think that given especially I know, just kind of tying it back to Ukraine, digital identity is very important. Very impressed with the fact that Ukraine already has everything on, I mean, Nastia shows me in her mobile, there's an app and every single document you need is there. So I think that digital identity is going to be very important as people become more nomadic. And then, of course, everyone says AI is important. And I'm also a very big, or we are as a firm, very strong on creator economy. I think Goldman Sachs just said it's something like an $80 trillion industry, and I think that's going to be really big in terms of decentralization in the next year to 18 months.
Your personal vision about Web3, what will be the next evolution step around this area?
What will be the next step? I think right now we're in a phase where the money is kind of moving slowly, so we're going to need to see more influx of money in order for projects to really push forward.
You mean Fintech Web3 project?
Yeah, I think the investment has halted a lot, and that has caused...
Like Robinhood in Web3?
No, like big VCs investing in Web3. And I think that is going to be super crucial for projects to advance, because to get users, it's not going to have mass adoption on its own. We're going to need to have money being put into it in order for us to see real kind of oomph in terms of users.
Okay. Your personal vision for trends which are nowadays about artificial intelligence. What's the kind of evolution it can be done, or it's already the mainstream which was in the past? Because we yesterday talked with one project. We started the AI project 10 years ago, and now they are billion companies with valuation. What about artificial intelligence? It's a time to do some project around that, or the train gone?
No, I think artificial intelligence, it's something that's been around forever, right? I mean, you see the movies from the 80s, they were using artificial intelligence. I think that it's going to definitely evolve over the next year. And I think that what will be interesting is how regulation and how certain laws come about in terms of how it can be applied. But I don't think the train has passed. What I do think is everyone says they have AI and they simply have, a chatbot. That's not AI. So I think what will be interesting is how people apply true artificial intelligence to whatever project they're working on.
What additional industry you see can be mainstream, or not mainstream, but it's necessary to build, like edtech, biotech, etc.?
Oh, I think ad tech is huge, because we're a marketing agency, and so for us, we're constantly looking at new ways to attract users, to get to them. The old model of Facebook ads, I think people click, but it's not the conversion that is what it was when it started. So I think that ways, especially in emerging tech, we're going to need to see different products coming out that are allowing us to market in new ways and to find very targeted people we need and to make the conversion quicker.
When you work with project startups, what's the kind of project for you, as usual, is a brilliant possible unicorn? How you choose them? Because it's very important to work with project which can be reputational for you. You understood that it can be boosted. What's the kind of project and how you choose?
I think for me the biggest thing is how easy is in terms of how easy it is to use. So when we see something that is like super streamlined and really easy for a user to get on board and use, for example, payments. I think one of the biggest things we find working in crypto is how do we pay the movement of fiat to crypto, and then how do you cash that out? How do you use that on a credit card? How do you tie that to loyalty points? So unicorn for me is something that makes it all seem just super streamlined. I don't have to have 50 different apps. I don't have to download 50 different things, take 50 different steps. And I think we'll see something soon. There is a product out right now in payments that's very good, but we'll see more and more.
Okay, your recommendation for startups?
Oh, my recommendation for startups is just keep going. Determination. If you have good product market fit and you've done the right research, you'll be successful. and a solid team and a good mindset.
Thank you for you that you
you.
find the time.
Great
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Bye.
Patrzę creator back, what a fintech trends next. Just a fintech startup of VC side. All my dizzy every time around that I wanna fight. I wanna know all around fintech which I go. You can find your answers here.